Oh, hi, we're late.
Let's see.
Like, we aren't late. I caused us to be late. Mary's been here. It's
Oh,
fine.
I was gonna back you. I was gonna be
I,
like, yeah, there was a couple audio issues. We were
I
doing some mic
appreciate that.
checks. You know.
No, I appreciate you entertaining the chat. Elon's not going to be able to make it live, but I really enjoyed that because of you, he cannot stop listening to Shania Twain and was caught dancing in my shorts to Don't Impress Me Much by the Postwoman yesterday. Love
I mean,
that.
it sounds like he's having a good time.
I
So,
love that.
right?
James, what great emojis. Love that. Hi, Cycle.
Cycles here.
Let's
Sorry, I
see.
know you're like
I
going
know
through
I'm like
mine
looking
now.
through like who's hi Dad. Hey Mara. And Catherine. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I just
I'm
assume.
assuming.
I don't know.
Let's see. Oh, is Simon shouting you out all the time? That's awesome. I'm having to dig through here. Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
Um, blah blah blah. Okay. Hello, Chris.
Hello, hello.
Oh yeah, will real or fake Jess be here? Probably not.
That was a
Probably
whole
not.
thing. I don't even know if I understand it yet.
I
Do
think a
you?
lot of people don't understand it. I do understand it, but I think it's funny
No.
that some people think we don't understand it. It's like the friends thing. We know that they know that we know,
Yeah.
it's like that thing.
It's like that.
It's just like that.
I enjoy a good Friends reference.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how Reed handles actually hanging out with the new comics royalty. Yeah, I mean, he told me, Reed, I was like, hey, you should get in the chat. He was like, no. So I don't know if that's going to happen.
Well, he hangs out. He can hang because he's a pro himself. So
Oh, that's right. That's
that's
right.
how. No, but
That's totally how.
I'm being serious. Like, what's that saying? Like, well, he is a pro, but even if he wasn't, it's like you have to like help me out, Kristen. I expect you to read my mind right now. You have to act like you've been there before.
You got to have that confidence. You You're like that's not it. You got to
I'm like, I
charisma.
don't know.
Hmm?
Would that go on a T-shirt? I don't know. You know, it's like act like you've been there before, like or
Yeah.
wear like. Let's move on because I'm not getting it. I'm not coming up with the saying I'm looking for.
Well, Cycle did say at least being a cartoon is,
Bingo.
I guess, actually helps you.
Yeah.
Um, old guy over here furiously googling Simon. That's funny. Dad, you need to talk to Reed more about comics. Clearly, what's up, my foods? Foods.
Fools, maybe
Oh,
foods.
dudes. Okay, I got it.
Dudes.
Got
Oh,
it.
I'm
Got it.
like,
Got it.
I don't know if Danny would call us fools so early in the evening, but
Oh,
dudes.
Reed is here. That's fun. Catherine says hello. She's around the house doing strange things and chores. What are the
Hmm.
strange things she's doing?
Is she crocheting
That's not
or?
strange.
I'm sorry. I was just thinking to our conversation about how I was talking about doing my diamond gem art things.
Oh yeah. Can I
And then
tell
we were
you?
like, please.
I forgot to really comment on this in our group chat, but
Mhm.
for those who are unaware, Mary, Mara, and
Mary
Catherine.
is 95 years old.
No. We're all in a group chat called Ramen Besties, and we occasionally throw things in there. And when I tell you, I laughed so hard at the exchange from yesterday. I believe it was yesterday, where you posted a picture in the group chat of a building in New York.
Probably the most famous building in New
Uh-huh.
York City. Because I was walking by it on my way home after a work function.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe the girls would like to see this because I'm like, it's right in front of me. I see it a lot, but it's still very cool to me. I'm like, oh, I'll send it to the girls.
Yeah. The ramen besties. And I was like, oh, pretty. And that's what I thought when I opened the chat. And then you
Right,
guys had already like had a conversation. And I
right.
I just cackled. I cackled. Because Catherine was like, oh, it's so pretty. Where is that? I hope it's not an obvious one. Ha ha ha. Or whatever. And then you were like,
It's the Empire State Building. And then what did Mara? She's like,
Marva's like, Catherine's really pretty.
she's really pretty.
Oh, it's so good. It was so funny.
And I believe Catherine's last words were "bye." She left the chat.
Yeah, it was perfect. Perfect. Yeah, here's Reed bragging. I hung out with Comic Pro last week. Oh, and this weekend, you'll be hanging out with a Comic Pro too.
Yeah, they're probably bragging they're hanging out with you, Reed.
That's right. They're like, we got to see Reed again.
That's right.
Love that. Oh, Catherine's here. Oh, with her own account. Love it. Oh, I want to move an apartment above Partners and Son and rename myself Pedaling Philadelphia. Psycho, I've been staring at Partners and Sons lately. It's good stuff. I have too many things in my cart.
I suddenly feel like Larry. I don't know the references.
It's a great comic shop out of Philly. It's good stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
And you can order stuff online. And they have like a lot of smaller creator stuff.
Nice.
And I say great. I haven't been to this place. It just seems great.
Okay.
So, and hey, you could go there. You could easily. Yeah. I was doing yard work, but now now crochet. And yes, I'm 95 on the inside and don't know what the Empire State Building looks like.
But in all fairness, like I said, I was like practically under it, and it wasn't your traditional shot of the building. Seriously, like you couldn't even see all the lights on the top.
Yeah. Absolutely. It totally was. It was a different angle, and it was cool.
Yeah.
Oh, the online store is enough for me anymore. They have so many awesome events. I need to live there.
Oh, wow.
You gotta move. Literally a hub for cartoonists. Yeah, it's really cool. People should check it out.
Nice.
You know what else they should check out?
I'm like, do you have a sponsor? What's happened?
I knew you were going to say that. I was like, that did sound like a sponsor.
I was like, wow, what a surprise.
What if we got a sponsor?
The surprise is Pedaling Philadelphia.
That's so funny. You know, I don't know about you. I do know about you. What did you read since the last episode? You're like, what are you trying to say?
What do you spit it out? All right, this may be record breaking. Time out. Hold on. I know this is a live stream, but I want to double check my Goodreads before I make a statement.
Okay. If you'd like, you could share your Goodreads because I intended to do that.
Oh, I'm sorry if you can hear Alexander barking. I hope there's not an intruder. Sorry, I just made it weird. Okay. This is the first time ever I've showed up here. And all 3 of my reads were 5-star reads. What do you think?
I'm speechless. That's amazing. That is amazing.
And not that Mara knows what the library is, but these are all from the library.
Got her.
So, zing. Can't you picture Catherine like giggling with their crochet needles right now?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. I see you. You want to catch up on the chat? I see you looking. I'm
glancing.
I'm more than fine.
I'm glancing. I feel like we should all see the shot for ourselves. To be honest, start a poll.
Oh,
we could do that.
We could share the shot later.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Reed, I know this is a joke. But I'll take that, Jessica. Thank you so much. Awesome.
Shade. All right, let's talk about. I don't want to curse. Let's talk about this sick.
You could curse.
Well, it's saying bastard. That's not it. That's fine. Right?
You're doing great.
Thanks, Reed.
You're killing it.
Okay, bye.
Slay.
Okay, bye.
See you.
Oh, I need to leave?
Mary was talking.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mary. I have no regard for when Mary talks because I don't have headphones.
Because he can't hear me.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Sorry,
well, usually we could hear ourselves through the wall, so at least he lowered the TV today, right?
Right, for sure.
You had to talk with him?
I was like, listen, that was a lot.
All right, I read Soichi.
You did it.
So I was going to say, this sick bastard, I love him.
He's a joy.
I have to be honest, even though I can't recall which were the last couple Junji Ito's I've read, but I've just kind of been like, yeah, they're great in their own way. But like I really enjoyed this. Like I really because I think it was one of the first ones I've read, and maybe people feel otherwise, that I was actually laughing because it's so like this dude, there's a middle of a birthday celebration, like a family around a table, right? Birthday cake on the table, they're about to sing pretty much. This sick guy, he pops out of like a ceiling tile and like spits a nail right in the cake. Like, I mean, where else can you find that?
Nowhere else. Yeah.
I mean, it was there were plenty of moments where it was pretty damn gross. This isn't really a spoiler, but I have like a very weird fear. I do not like frogs, live frogs. I love Kermit,
Okay.
love
Interesting.
cartoon frogs. Think they're
We're
very
learning
cute,
so much about you.
but real frogs freak me out, and that's in here. And I was like, oh my god, because I didn't know what was going to happen, but I also didn't want him to hurt the frog either. You know what I mean? I mean, the
Right.
guy, as you know, as you see, he's got nails in his mouth, and he shoots them out. Like people aren't sure, like, does he have the nails in his mouth because he has some kind of like iron deficiency? Is he just weird? Are the nails his teeth? But this book, I kept messaging you, right? Because it was so entertaining. So basically, he's like the odd kid in the family. He's constantly like crawling around it within the house and the walls and the ceilings. But it's like one of those ones, like we always say. I borrowed it from the library because I'm like, I don't need to own everything, but I want a copy of this. I have to have a copy
You
of
have
this in
to.
my library.
And it's a nice
Really,
like hardcover. I love
it
that purple
really is.
spine.
It's a really good hardcover. I feel like you've shown some art on it, but it is. You know what? Maybe what I liked about it wasn't just if they. You might know this. If they were short stories, this isn't a short story collection, right? All with the same character. It felt like one big story to me.
I mean, it kind of is,
Is?
but they
Okay.
connect.
Yeah.
So
Like really well too.
yeah. I kind of like Uzumaki. If anyone's read that, like it's the
Yeah,
same. Like
yeah.
you're still like going, So I don't know. I don't know how it originally came out. Because you could say that each story is a chapter as well, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But it does say short stories on the spine, so it is in that collection.
Yeah, and it is. I don't want to say no, I don't want to say too much because if you're into horror manga, obviously just do it. He is
100%.
a sick bastard and I love him.
Yeah, I thought it was great too.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how great. Listen, I never claimed to be any kind of reviewer. I just read books.
I thought it was perfect, perfectly done.
Oh,
I
thank
loved
you.
it. Yes. I
Thank
also
you so
love being
much.
called the Seg Slayer.
You are the
Segue.
Seg Slayer.
I do
Segue.
love that Mary had to specify American Treasure. Kermit the Frog was
The
Fear Her
Frog.
Hatred.
Yeah.
It's good to know. Mark's gonna pop in and leave. So he says, now wait a minute. You're saying Mark is showing up late, cracking a few jokes, leaving early, and filling the video with a barrage of comments tomorrow. Must be a hockey and game night. Love you guys. Thank you for popping in, Mark. We
Thanks,
love you
Mark.
too. And we love, I don't know about you, Mary, but I love seeing all his comments. It's great.
I enjoy.
It's
And then
so
I like
nice.
to comment on his comments, and then you comment
Yeah.
on my comments and his comments.
Yeah.
Or the other way.
Yeah. It's like they don't know that we know that we, yeah.
We know that
the
they
same
know.
thing. It's the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yep.
So you read that. I'm gonna save my moments for the Goodreads. So you keep going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a hard left turn. I read this second book. This is also from the library. I was just roaming around up and down the aisles, and I was so excited to see this was like in their new release section because I remember wanting to pick it up or read it digitally or whatever the case, and then I just sort of forgot about it. But this is Hungry Ghost, and this is by Victoria Ying. Wow, this is a very serious. It's interesting. I wasn't sure if it was a memoir, a graphic memoir, but then if you read the afterword, and I just want to read one sentence from it, and I was like, wow, that's powerful. So the main character is Val, and it says, Val is not me, but I was her. I was like, oh, I almost like started crying as soon as I
Aw.
read that. So obviously a lot of this is based on what I assume is her upbringing, because that's what it's all about. And how I should mention that there is major trigger warning, and it does say it in the front. And I don't know if I've ever seen it. We always talk about this, right? But I don't know if I've ever seen it worded this way. It says content note. That's how it's noted. This story includes depictions of, boy, sorry, I need the glasses.
Do it.
Kristen,
Do
had
you
to
have
do
to.
it. So, content note. This story includes depictions of disordered eating. And that's what it's all about. It's about her upbringing, and how much one of her parents plays a role in it. And just, you end up getting like so upset with with one of the parents, because they are just comment after comment after comment. And you're just kind of like, well, no wonder why this young girl is growing up this way and suffering with an eating disorder. And so it's one of those ones, like I gave it 5 stars, but I don't know if I could read it again. But I think it's an important read. It's one of those.
It makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm definitely glad that I got it from the library. I did also enjoy the art, and yeah, I think it's I don't often say this, but I do think this is one that is a must read for people. But I also understand if the content is too much as well. But if you could handle that, it's just really good insight into what some people might be going through, So
No, I love that. That's one
Yeah.
I grabbed from the library that I didn't read.
yeah,
So I will have to do that again. Especially you gave it 5 stars. I totally
Yeah.
want to check it out.
and already okay.
Well, you're pausing. So I did finally pick up my first Ito from the library. I got Love Sickness. Chris, did you read it yet?
Did I read that one? I don't remember if I read that one.
It has a guy on the cover. That doesn't help. Like a creepy
And
guy.
he's kind of like long, creepy guy.
Yeah. And there was like this
Yeah, like-
story with like fog, and
Oh,
the guy comes out. No, okay. I feel like you'd remember the fog one.
oh, really?
Yeah, this was good. I had to turn up the TV, so if it's too loud, tell me. That was supposed to be a text to Kristen, but I guess the world knows now. Then we're all going to tell
Wow.
you, Reed.
Hey,
Good evening, William. And better to put in the chat. It's true. I would definitely check that one out, Mary.
Oh, cool.
Psycho can't hear the TV. I can't either. Good job,
Yeah, I
Reed.
don't hear it either. All right.
So finally,
Another 5-star read. And I think, yeah, you did read this. And now I'm kind of bummed. I'm like, why didn't I ask Kristen to throw that in? Because I think you ditched it. You got rid of it.
I did. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And it's The Aquanaut by Dan. I always mess up his last name. Santat. I love this book.
You know what's funny? Before you go on,
Yeah.
I feel like I would have loved the book more after I read Remarkably Bright Creatures.
Oh, good comparison.
Because I read it before that, and I liked it. I didn't love it. But now that I have that extra, like, I care about these things more, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I would think maybe differently about it.
I'm going to read the inside flap on this one because I'm a little afraid of spoiling because I liked it so much. Who is the Aquanaut? Ever since her father was lost at sea, Sophia has been moping around Aqualand, a marine theme park. But Sophia's world is turned upside down when the Aquanaut breaks into the park's research lab. To her amusement, Sophia discovers that the Aquanaut is not what it seems. Inside lives a band of goofy sea creatures, Kristen. When they all realize that Aqualand is more sinister than advertised, Sophia is determined to help the Aquanaut crew free the park's captive marine life before it's too late. That sentence scared me a little bit. I'm like, oh my God. Any of the sea creatures die. I don't care. I'm telling you right now, none of them died.
Yep.
Spoiler.
Spoiler
But
we
anyway, this is just I mean, anything with animals in it, I'm gonna love, but I do also love the art. And it's about Sophia. Just it's you kind of get a little backstory on her relationship with her dad and how much he cared about sea life and all the research he was doing. Yes, he happened to work at this Aqualand, but his intentions were all pure. So you find out kind of like what happened to him and his research partner. It's a lovely story, and you get to kind of fall for the creatures that are like. So the creatures take over this suit, and it's mechanical in the middle, and they're like steering and everything inside, and they're really funny because when they first come out of the water, they're like crashing into things. They don't know how to operate it. So I kind of loved all that goofiness, but I just felt like this book had a lot of heart in it, and damn it, I think I want a copy of it.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, what is going on? That's the purpose of me trying to use the library more.
Yeah, it happens. I get it.
I know,
get
but
it.
at least I'm not buying things, and it's easier to go this route than to go the other way, buying a bunch of
Yeah.
crap, and then you're like, I don't even want to keep this, right?
Well, and to be fair, I didn't hate the Aquanaut. That's not why I got rid of it. I was
No,
just
no,
like,
I
I
know.
don't need
You're like,
to. Yeah,
I probably won't read it again, right?
yeah.
That's the big test.
Chris got a big haul from the library.
Oh,
Mark also really liked Aquanaut. The problem with TV is sound volume will fluctuate too much, and who can deal with turning crap up and down all the time? It's so true. It's so true. So you just gotta have a little loud at all times. You get that. Had to walk away and return to Mary reading to us in glasses. I'm into this reading rainbow style content change. Nice.
Well, I should always be wearing glasses if I'm attempting to read anything on this live stream because I really can't see.
Mary, you will love Schitt's Creek. It has animals in it. Of the character's veterinarian. It's true.
Oh, I thought he was lying. I'm like, is this true?
One of the main characters? Well, yeah. I mean, like a main side character. He's a vet.
Main side character.
Also, one of the main characters works at a vet office. So
got it.
You see a lot of animals.
All right.
Mary, you love animals.
Nice try, everyone.
I am proud of you, Mary. Buying is beautiful.
Buying is beautiful.
Sounds get it. Like another chapter of Reed Chancellor, Microphone Guy.
Oh, very nice. Well, that was all I have for reads. I was like right over that last weekend. I was on a roll.
Well, listen.
And then work got in the way.
That's okay. I'm not on a roll. And let's talk about it. I'm going to share my screen for Goodreads just to show how not on a roll I am. I think maybe someone will find this interesting. And as you may recall, I can't see you during this, so let me know if something's going on, okay?
Okay.
I can't see you or the chat.
Okay.
You see this?
I see it.
Okay. This is my reading challenge.
First off, let's give Kristen a round of applause. 213 books. Come on, friends.
I mean, thank you. But also, I'm 64 books behind schedule according to Goodreads. And I feel attacked.
Goodreads is so negative.
Right?
So negative.
I feel attacked. I mean, look, I'm already above last year. No, not the year before. Look at this crazy year. What are we doing here? Maybe we should have a whole episode where we like go through past reading challenges. Would that be fun?
Oh, yeah.
She said no. You're like,
it's like showing a report card.
That's true.
I guess if we don't view it that way, that could be fun.
Well, I'll never be 3 years ago me. Nobody got that time anymore.
I'll probably never be you in any of these challenges.
Where are you at?
I'll tell you.
Okay. But hey, I'm happy to be 58% complete with my goal. Okay, it's getting there. I will get there. I'm still confident that I can hit it, which is just 365, which is essentially obviously a book a day for a year.
Should we share what we do every year before this is posted, where you can set your reading goal? Every year it's like the same nonsense. It's like I threaten to do something like, Kristen, I'm gonna do I'm gonna do 12 books in a year, 1 book a month.
Yes.
I mean, I'm never doing that. Who are we kidding?
And we're so specific. Like, didn't we have like all kinds of categories and stuff too this time around? We're like, yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna read like 3 translated fiction works or like whatever. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, we couldn't do that.
No, it's like we can't even stick to a weekly TBR of what we might read. Let's.
Yeah, it's
So
hard.
I am 78% of my reading goal. I've read 96 of. Where did I get the number 123?
I don't know, but I love that.
I probably was like, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3.
That's funny. That's funny.
I don't even remember doing that.
I don't either, but that's great.
All
You know
right.
what's funny? I've read 213, which is 1, 2, 3 scrambled. Love
What does
that.
it mean?
What does it mean? So I'm gonna go ahead and view all here, all right? Because here's the deal. Now, some things are kind of out of order, but
That's okay.
I read Mika and the Gurgler, which I gave 4 stars. This is a sweet little book about, that's why I read it, because it's little. But it hasn't come out yet. It is an ARC, no big deal.
Nice.
Oni Press likes to accept my ARC request, which I like. So I read a digital copy of this. Thank you, Oni Press. And little Mika. I'd read a different book from you maybe remember. I forget what the first one's called, and that one's probably out now. But the first one, Mika, who's a little kid, here on the cover. I don't know if you can really see that, but Mika at first thought the vacuum was like a dragon in the first book, something like that.
Mika.
And then this one, yeah, the Gurgler is actually the washing machine, and Mika has the stuffed frog. I don't mean to trigger you, Mary.
Stuffed frog, totally
frog.
acceptable.
Okay.
I'm good with like frog tattoos. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
the live frog.
Okay. Is it the
'Cause I'm
jumpiness?
I was about to say it.
Okay.
I'm just so afraid it's gonna jump and hit me. What would happen if it did? I don't know. But I
It may
hate
pee
the
on
idea.
you.
Oh, see,
They-
you had to make it worse.
They do pee on people, apparently.
As they're
Look.
jumping?
Yeah, I've seen. I haven't
You
seen that.
have not seen it.
I've probably seen. Listen, I grew up in southern Indiana. I've probably seen it.
I'm gonna
I've probably seen it.
I'm gonna have to pull Larry in. I want proof of this.
My dad lives around a lot of frogs, so
He does.
there's a lot of frogs around there. Yeah,
Oh
because
my
they have a pond, so
All right.
it's okay. So anyway, stuffed frog friend who gets
like,
trapped in the
wow.
washing machine, and he's like, "Oh, it's a monster." So he thinks the washing machine, which he calls the Gurgler, is a monster. It's very cute. I liked it a lot.
It looks
So there's
cute.
that. You know what else I read? Just 2 other things: Strange Academy Brightside and Strange Academy First Class, which equals the first 12 issues of Strange Academy, which Jessica and I read for the fall into reading program. I keep wanting to say fall reading program. Fall into reading. Which, look, I give these both 3 stars. They averaged out to about that to me. Will I continue? Maybe. They are on Hoopla, so I do have access, and I like that. Everything else, I didn't read any of this recently. Or did I talk about these?
Time out. You're like, did I read these? I listened to your watched your conversation with Jessica about the what's it called? Strange
Academy.
Yeah. And I want to say thank you to the both of you because I was curious about them, and now I'm like, I don't need to read them.
I mean, hey, I love that. I love knowing that.
Because, I took both, not everything matched up with your reviews on them. And, but I was like, I mixed them together. I'm like, that equals, I don't need to listen. I don't need to watch it. I mean, read it. Sorry. Woo. That was tough.
Listen, it's good to know, what's out there, different people's opinions on that thing to make your own opinion, because there's too much. We can't read everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at some point you got to narrow down some stuff, right?
Yeah. And you were like, what listen, I should look at it with my own eyes and make my own judgments. I fully understand this, but like you said, there's just so much out there. There's like
Oh yeah,
putting
nobody got time
putting
for that.
putting aside Hoopla, just what I have sitting around me, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But when you mentioned the thing about you're like you didn't love like how the faces were drawn, I'm like, peace out.
Peace. I'm glad you thought that because I actually like a lot of people were like, I love this artist. I'm like, I'm happy for you. I like how
Yeah.
he drew creatures. I just did not like those humans.
I know I'm the same way. I'm like, because I didn't like something, I'm like, I want others to like, I don't want others to not like, I want it to be like more enjoyable, but like that's just not reality that you're gonna love everything.
Absolutely. We're speaking of love everything. So this Joker manga, which I talked about on Fangirls with Maddie,
Yes.
was ridiculous in the best way. Basically, I didn't talk about this last time, right? I don't think so.
I don't did you? I don't remember, but talk about it again because
You know what?
I definitely want to read it.
Oh my gosh, you have to. Honestly, like it's so fun. I think it's only like $5 and some change on IST. It's a blast. Maybe I did talk about this last time. Okay, well, if you didn't hear me talk about it last time, Bruce Wayne turns into a baby. There's like some kind of liquid or something, and it just turns him into a baby. And the Joker's there. And instead of being like, hey, I'm gonna grab that baby and I'm gonna raise him to be a villain with me. Instead, he's like, I'm gonna grab that baby and make sure that he's raised to be a justice fighter and like to be how he is because I need someone to like go up against and I need him here because we love fighting.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, I kind of love this. And it's very cute and ridiculous and like bonkers. And it's great. DC manga, wonderful. Same with the Superman book, which is just him flying around to Japan because he loves his food in Japan.
Oh
And
man.
listen, I hate Superman. This was fun. I really enjoyed it actually. Mostly because look, there's a lot of great food and made me very hungry.
Right.
Like, and it was so fun and ridiculous. So those two absolutely worth it, and they're very cheap because they're manga. So
I need to read
add
that.
those up.
I have that Superman. I haven't read it yet.
I'm excited for you to read it. Also, it's very quick, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what I've read. I do want to real quick before I get out of here, go to my currently reading shelf because I want you to know how ridiculous it is. Okay.
Oh, I want to see this. I will enjoy this.
It's bonkers. So let's go to it. Because like, am I currently reading all this? All right.
Okay, let's see.
So first things first, Astro Parker Doesn't Fail. I am reading this. I'm still listening to it.
Nice.
Yes, I read it back in December. But I am still listening to it, though it's been hard this week. So I typically listen to a lot of my audiobooks at work, which is great. But people have been talking at work lately.
Oh man.
And when that's happening, I can't focus on it. I
Yeah.
tried and I was like, I can't. So then I just put on music and I was like, this is my day, which is fine. But that's why I haven't finished it yet because I'm enjoying it. So then there's Girl Made of Stars.
I didn't know you started that one.
I did. And is it around me? Yeah. So like, let's see, what chapter am I on?
Oh,
Let's
she has
see.
the hardcover.
I'm on page 74. And that is chapter 7. Listen. It's not that far into it.
That's okay.
Keep picking it up, putting it down, picking it up, putting it. It's not that I'm not liking it, I am. But it's intense. It's an Ashley Harris Blake book. There's a lot of feelings. It's about a really sensitive, serious subject. So it's been hard to pick up. I don't know. It's not that I'm not liking it. So I want to prioritize it, but it's still sitting on my currently reading. Okay?
Okay.
So Night and Dana, which I've also talked about at some point. It's a graphic novel from the library. Where am I at in it? I don't know because at some point I put it down.
Uh-oh.
And my bookmark fell out. And
this
have you had
this is horrible. No, because I've turned on, even though I love a good old-fashioned bookmark, tassel, whatever, I've turned on them because this can happen. And a lot of times I'm throwing books in my work bag. That's why I just love the magnetic bookmarks.
Which, you know what? There's one right beside me, in fact, that you gave me, which I adore. So
I love them so much. I constantly buy them for you too.
they're so cute. Yes, thank you for that.
You're
So I need to
welcome.
use that. I don't typically use them with like graphic novels because I think, oh, it's going to do something to pages. But this one's pretty thick, and it's like the shape of a book anyway, like an
I gotta
average book,
tell
you
you,
know.
I've never had one damage a
Okay,
book,
we love that.
and if it happens, it's the user.
Well,
Well,
well. So I truly haven't picked this one back up because I'm like, where was I at? And I don't want to read half of it again. I was like halfway at least.
oh man.
So it's so silly, but that's why it's stuck here and it hasn't moved. Okay. Because I refuse to DNF it.
Okay.
But also, where was I at? I don't know. Okay. The stranger beside me.
That's a dilemma, I tell you.
Right. It's so silly. I know. One day I'll be able to see you again and I'll see the chat. So sorry if there's people talking, but the stranger beside me. Do you know what else is a stranger beside me?
The book?
This book. Because
oh, there you go again. Look at these. Look at the transitions here.
To what? Like, here I have a book.
You're like, what else is a stranger?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I got you. Well, it is because you know what page I'm on?
4.
Yes.
Are you kidding?
How'd you know?
You're really on page 4?
I'm on page 4 because the majority of the front of this was all updates that spoiled stuff. And I'm like, Miss Ann Rule, why would you do that to me? So, because I'd started reading that and I was like, no. I haven't read this yet, girl. So then I started reading this and then I didn't keep reading it. So am I still reading this? I want to.
Listen, if you read one page, it's considered currently reading.
Okay. Then I'm going to currently read it for a while, I think.
And next week I will be on page 8.
You maybe. The next thing I'm currently reading is this Transitions book, which I believe, you know what? Let's bring it up.
By the way, that header on top, readers' favorite new horror books.
Yeah.
I don't know how bored people might be, but I'm real curious about looking at that with you live.
Oh, we will 100% do that. 100%. So, oh no, it's all in French. Okay. How do we, let's get to an English edition so I can actually read this. This. Here we go. All right, so this one is an arc for the English edition, although it says it's probably first published in French, I assume, on this date. Anyway, so it's about a mom who learns that her 19-year-old is a transgender man. Okay. So it's nonfiction. So I was like, oh, interesting. It'll be, interesting. And listen, so far it is. You know what page I'm
on? 12.
Probably. I don't actually know what page I'm on, but it's not that far in. So probably a great guess, honestly. And I'm enjoying it, but I don't know if you've gotten the theme of this episode so far is me having trouble keeping with a book this week, as well as even just getting through something. So I've struggled with that this week. So I wanted to go through the currently reading. So you guys see I'm trying, but it's not working.
I give you credit though, because here's what happens with me. I guess I'm as patient as I am. I'm impatient with certain things. So creating a currently read list for me actually creates pressure and anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
It's me. But so like I would feel like, you know what? I would just I would like take a lot of I would just delete these off my bookshelf like it never happened. So I'm giving you credit for sticking with it.
I do appreciate that.
Yeah, you're like, here I am. This is where I am.
I appreciate it because there have been times where I've been like, why do I have 10 books am I currently reading? I need to just consider some of these not anymore. I'm not going to pick these up in a while. So I have done that and it could get to that point. Here's another one, Born Driven, which is another arc. And you know what? I started this last night. I'm on page probably 3 or 4. And I was like, oh, this will be a fast read. And then I start it and I'm like, I can't do it. I don't know. Can't do it. And this one's interesting so far. It is about the based on a true story of the first African-American NASCAR champion.
Oh, wow.
When he was a boy. And I like the art. I forget who puts this out. Oni Press again. They're so lovely. It's coming out in November. Look, it's only 40 pages. I was like, this will be great. I'll get through this so fast. I'll be like, yay, Mary, I've read this book. Mary, I didn't.
I say that's the one. It's 40 pages.
You're right. I
There
need to
you
get
go.
out of this rut, and that could do it for me. So
I get it though. I think we've all been in that rut.
I'm in it. And then today I added another one, which is The
Oh.
Wicked Unseen.
You're reading that with Jessica, right?
Yeah, so I'm reading
Yes.
it with Jessica for not this weekend, next weekend. And it's, look at this, just the cover alone. It's got the vibes, you got the spooky vibes. There's like a
Nice.
cult. I know it's like in the 90s, satanic cult. Look at that. So wonderful. And I started it today at work. Here's the deal. My library didn't have the book, didn't have the audiobook.
Oh.
Neither did my old library that I still have access to those audiobooks. Don't tell them.
Shh, 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 shh.
And
Mara,
they didn't have
Mara,
it.
don't tell your library
Mara-
friends.
Mara, I have so many libraries.
Mara doesn't have library friends.
Mara, I have 2 library cards. You don't even have 1. I'm just saying.
Oh my
Just-
God. We're really attacking her.
So The Wicked Unseen. What am I on? I don't know, because one, I used an Audible credit. Listen, Mary.
What in the world?
Who am I becoming? I was like, I don't want to buy this book, and I already had credits. So I was like, I guess I'm going to listen to it. So I start listening to it, and I was like, wow, I can't listen to this today. Because
It's too much pressure.
I was into it. And then you know
Okay.
what happened at work? People started talking. And I was like, no, I can't focus on this. I have no idea what's going on anymore. So it's been a day. It's been a week. And
It's okay.
with all of that, one, I am curious if anyone's following this. Which one should I focus on? Should it be the NASCAR one? Probably. I also feel very strange saying I'm reading this NASCAR book. But obviously there's more to it than that. Because
You're
I don't
such a-
care about NASCAR.
Come
I don't
on,
care.
tell the truth. You're
I don't
such
care.
a NASCAR fan.
I don't care at all.
I heard you went to the Hall of Fame, the NASCAR Hall of Fame.
We were, in fact, in that parking lot. That's true. You and I together.
Yeah, sure. You just went to the parking lot. I know that you made Reed go through the whole museum.
That's so funny. I wonder what it's like.
It's probably cool.
You know, it's
Right.
it's probably all right. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably all right.
I
All
bet
right.
it
So
is.
before I get out of here, we're gonna click this reader's favorite new horror books. Okay, scary reading from the past 2 years. Oh, is this an article? Nobody got time for an article.
Let's just see if it's a list, right?
All right. Oh, blah blah blah. Okay. Okay.
But,
So they're just gonna show things.
We can't see it yet. That
Oh.
might be intentional, but
Can you not?
no, we just see the bottom of your currently reading list.
Oh, hold on.
You might have. Is it?
I
does it
think
want
I
you to
opened it in
share?
a new tab. Yeah. So here we go. Is that better?
Cool. Yep.
Oh, you could get Mr. Hookup. Log on, hookup, get real.
Yeah.
Cool ad. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go down a little bit. It looks like they're like blah blah. We gathered things, and then it's just a list like this, which actually I kind of like this. I
Look
kind of like
who's
this.
there.
All right. Let's talk about this. So
Your
one,
boy.
let's go through these. Have you read Mexican Gothic?
No.
I haven't either, but guess what? It's on my shelf from Book of the Month.
Guess what? I bought a ebook of it on sale.
I love this. Okay, so we need to figure out how many of these we have in some way, maybe haven't read.
Okay.
The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. So Grady Hendrix, who obviously I think you and I both hear about all the time.
Yeah.
I haven't read a single one of his books, but I would like to read this one. I don't have it.
I feel like I don't have it. I feel like I borrowed the audiobook from the library and something went wrong. Something shocker annoyed me.
Okay.
But I really can't remember if it was I didn't get far in it at all. Maybe it was just like kind of like what you were talking about. Like maybe it just I couldn't get into it. Wasn't the book, wasn't the
Mhm.
audiobook, was me.
You know what my story is with this book? I checked it out from the library once and didn't read it.
I think
anyone
that's going to
surprised?
be the story a lot here with us.
You're right.
With
I
you,
think
it's I checked it out of the library, didn't read it. And me, it's going to be, oh, I bought a cheap copy of it, didn't read it.
All right, Home Before Dark. We know what's going on here. We've both read it.
Yes.
I forget how many stars you gave it. I believe I gave it 3.
I'll check.
Is it not going to tell
Well,
me? Hold on.
as we we
Where's
might have
that?
live.
That's weird. All right.
Oh,
It's
if you
fine. I
click
think it
on
was 3. It is still my least favorite Riley Sager I've read. So,
okay.
all right. Hidden
Oh.
Pictures.
I have an ebook of that.
Nice.
Yep.
Apparently, I want to read it.
It's supposed to be Chapter and Converse, who I follow on YouTube. If you love thrillers, Audrey has her name's Audrey. She just reads like thrillers. She's like the guru of thrillers, I feel like. But she's talked about that book, and it made me want to read it.
Nice. Sundown Motel. I have this sitting on my shelf from Book of the Month, but I haven't read it.
I have not read it and don't own it.
I will say there is a blurb from Riley Sager on the cover that says deliciously creepy ... chilling.
Okay.
So, Stephen King, If It Bleeds. I have an ebook of this that I won from Goodreads, in fact.
Oh, fun.
Have I read it? No.
I have not read it. Of course, I'd be interested in reading it, though.
I mean, there's a cat on the cover, you guys. So
I'm a little scared for you.
I am too, but I do like the cover.
It is cool.
The Only Good Indians. This is one I want to read very badly. I've read.
I see that. It's checked. Look.
It's checked. All of these are. That's funny. Yeah, I've read one Stephen Graham Jones book that I really liked. So, and I've heard great things about this one, but I've not read it.
Yeah, this is
I actually started it once.
Oh, you did?
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
Fact, didn't finish it.
I'm curious about it just because it's, it is such a huge bestseller, and not in that sort of annoying way that makes me not want to read something.
Absolutely. And Mary, while I can't see the chat, if you want to like holler if somebody has something specific to say about any of these, just let me know.
Okay.
And you can just read it if that's okay.
Okay. I mean, I think we missed a lot.
That's probably true. Okay, no pressure. I just wanted to call that out.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
Let's see. Larry says Grady Hendrix is one of the greatest names ever. Are you a Jimi Hendrix fan? Is that why?
It's just kind of a cool name, though, isn't it?
Mara would buy the Sundown Motel just for the cover art. Are we surprised at this?
We're not surprised. In fact, I think Mara already bought it by the time we saw this comment, right?
Jessica said that she loved the Sundown Motel, but it's for sure more a thriller than a horror.
Okay. Interesting.
And Catherine's chiming in. She says Grady Hendrix books are really good. I read my best friend's Exorcism, and I'm reading the book club one. Oh.
Nice.
And Mara is acknowledging that she's being roasted in here.
Nice.
Cool. There's more, but those are kind of like
some highlights. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Sure.
Okay. Then the Last House on Needless Street. So I put this one on my want to read when, well, I shouldn't open another tab because it's not going to work right. But the original cover has like a house and a cat, because there's a cat involved. And I heard about the cat, like in a good way, like not in a scary way. And I was like, I have to read it. And then I heard a lot of things about it, and I never read it. That's my story. Believe I got it from the library, took it back.
Yeah, I feel like that's one that I also never got to. Ooh, I'm looking at that cover. I potentially bought that.
Really?
I don't know where it is.
Oh no.
Yeah, that cover.
Is it in the trunk?
Watch it. No, it's no, it's not in the trunk. I have to look for that book.
Yeah, you should find it. How to Sell a Haunted House, Grady Hendrix again. Are we just going to see like a million Grady books on here? I feel like we will.
I'm guessing. I feel like there's going to be more Riley on this list too.
I think so.
By the way, James said the only good in wait, what was the name of that book?
The Only Good Indians.
Oh, is this a joke? He said The Only Good Indiana. Oh,
Oh, yeah,
maybe,
probably.
maybe that was just a typo.
That's the
We
one that
said,
Jessica wants to read that for sure.
oh, ooh, zing. The only good Indiana, and he said I wasn't able to get into it.
Maybe it was a typo, but it's funny.
It is funny.
Interesting. Okay. The Year of the Witching. I've heard a lot about this, but at the same time I don't know a lot about this.
I
Does
understand.
that
Yeah, I
make
see
sense?
that. I see that book everywhere, but I
Yeah.
don't know anything about it.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Later, Stephen King. This is one I know nothing about. I've seen
Me
the
too.
cover, but I don't know anything.
And the cover, even though I have to say it's very cool, like the artwork looks cool. It doesn't make me want to read it.
No, I'm with you. What's the little tagline? Only the dead have no secrets. I mean, do they? Like, I don't. What is it about?
Yeah, and there's like, oh, the hot girl on the car. Like, it just
Right.
doesn't match up with me like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Whatever. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm sorry.
I can't see you, so.
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't know what I'm saying right now.
Oh, okay. I was like, are you doing something wild?
Woo.
Our Wives Under the Sea. I feel like I've seen this cover, but I don't know this book at all. Like, I don't know what it is.
I don't know this one at all.
Okay, What Moves the Dead, T. King Fisher. I've heard so many great things about T. King Fisher from one of my favorite booktubers, Books and
Books and
Lala.
Lala.
Yeah, you knew. This cover looks wild, so I'm sure she's talked about it.
Oh, cool.
But I haven't read anything from T. King Fisher, so
Nice.
I assume you haven't either.
I have not.
The Hacienda, I don't know this one at all.
That one I feel like was a book of the month choice that we skipped.
Oh, seems likely. Seems
Yeah.
like that's what we do now.
Yeah.
Although soon, I guess we're gonna have to not skip. That'll be
All
weird.
right.
The Children on the Hill. I don't know this one either, but that's kind of that cover makes me kind of interested. Like, what's going on there?
I know that could be good. Is that an explosion?
Yeah, like what happened? Is that on a hill? Where are the children?
They're on the hill.
Yeah, I thought so. The Burning Girls. I've heard a lot about this author, I think, right? Did you read something by him?
Yes, I read. It's actually, I think CJ Tudor is. I don't want to speak out of turn. I'm being that actually, Kristen. CJ Tudor is a her. I don't know.
Oh well, I don't know. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I was being the actually person. I read The Chalkman, I believe.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
cool.
it's actually on the cover. I will I'm gonna try to see if I can find that. But I also have heard about this book, or I definitely recognize the cover. But I feel like I really enjoyed The Chalkman. I feel like that's where somebody goes back to like where they grew up, and there's like a reoccurrence of there seems to be a pattern of a similar crime, that kind of thing. But yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Max Brooks. I know him from World War Z. Didn't read that either, though. So I have no idea. Apparently, this is about Sasquatch.
Is it about baby Sasquatch? There's a
I know. I'm like,
tiny-
what is that? And Ring Shout, I really want to read. I've heard so many good things about it. And it's a novella, which I love.
Oh,
But
you
I
love
haven't
a good
read it yet.
novella.
Yeah.
By the way, I gave The Chalkman 4 stars.
Look at you.
Look at me.
Finding that real fast. Love that. There's so much of this Jennifer lady. I don't know this one either. Not familiar.
I was just seeing if why do I feel like does Jessica read her? Am I mixing up Jessica with somebody else?
I think Jessica maybe mentioned something from her if she hasn't read her. Jessica, is this the one you read? Jessica's like, why are you talking about me? Okay, Chasing the Boogeyman. I should go through these faster, probably. I don't know. Are people bored?
It's okay. I mean, there's a lot going on in the chat. Not that we will get to the chat, you know.
Yeah.
Because Lord knows between the two of us, we don't really have a lot of actual.
You saw.
We didn't
what's going on with me.
listen. I'd like to also state that how many times have I showed up? There's been a couple times I've shown up and been like, "Hey, I didn't read anything."
You know,
So,
it happens.
yeah. So
It happens. I don't know Chasing the Boogeyman.
I think Chasing the Boogeyman, isn't that it's like one of those ones based on a true story? No, I don't know.
I think you may be right, actually. I think you may be right. I feel like
Yeah.
this sounds familiar now. The Book of Accidents, Chuck. I know Chuck is known for like some comics and stuff, but he's also done a ton of novels. I haven't read, I think, either.
Is this the? I have the most ridiculous question.
Okay.
Is this the guy that's also like a fighter? No.
No, I think you're thinking of he has a different last name. His first name's Chuck. I know what you're talking about though.
And the only reason I even sort of know that, even though I'm wrong, is the one time I watched, and you and Jessica probably like this. The one time I watched Celebrity Big Brother, there was like a fighter dude on there
Was it
named Chuck. Something.
Chuck Liddell? Is that it?
Oh, potentially, yeah.
I feel like he's a fighter. Which is funny because the other day someone referenced it on some show we were watching, like said Chuck Liddell.
Yeah.
And I immediately thought of Mike Lindell, who's the My Pillow Man. And I was like, that's not who they're talking about.
You're like,
not
what?
The same at all. And it made me laugh. Okay, I don't know what this Hyde book is, but look at this cover. I kind of think this is stunning.
Yeah, it's a great cover.
That's a good cover. That's nice. So I have no idea, but I want. And look, what a weird trend. The one right beside it is also like a floating thing.
Yeah, that's funny.
Which I feel like I've seen that cover for the Sarah Gailey book, and every time I see her name, I think of Sarah Grayley.
Oh, I was
some
just
of my favorite comics.
I was just about to embarrass myself. I'm going to do it anyway. I was about to say, "Wait, isn't that your girl?"
Your girl. Every time I think it's her, and I'm like, "That's not her."
I'm just like, "Wow, all these people do so many things. They're MMA fighters, they're authors."
Chuck's got it all going on. He does everything.
That Chuck and that My Pillow guy, man, he's an author too. Like,
oh gosh, I hope not.
I hope not too.
Bloodline. I don't know this one.
Me either.
Looks spooky.
Oh, but you want to read it. That means you tried to win it in a contest.
I was going to say, I don't know it, and it says I want to read it. That means exactly that.
Yeah.
exactly
yeah, because they for those that don't know, on Goodreads, when you enter a giveaway, they automatically toss it in your want to read list. So
yep. It's kind of
that's
a bummer.
what happens.
Because like I think I was talking to Jessica because her want to read is like so organized. And
wait, I'm not shocked there. It's been proven that Jessica's way more organized than we are.
That's so true. And that's a compliment. but
yes,
absolutely. But my to read is just kind of, honestly, Mary, may I say garbage, because I feel like there's so many giveaway books on there that I guess I want to read, but like not like that. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, mine's garbage too.
It's just garbage. I feel like I can't trust it.
I'm okay with it because I feel like that's the price of admission to potentially win a free book. So I'm like, that's fine. That's fine.
I agree. Dead Silence, not familiar.
Me either.
Looks creepy. House of Hunger. I feel like I've seen this cover. And okay. The author of The Year of the Witching. We're just gonna keep seeing several books by the same author, I think. Lone Woman by Victor Lavelle. I feel like okay, now we're just gonna
let's just make up things. But by the way, the Daring Danielle is in the chat and she knows something. She said, I also struggled with Lone Woman.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I think she said also because above she may have shared she mentioned that T. Kingfisher is excellent.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get on that boat. So thank you for that. Definitely. Also, I was thinking Victor did some comic, but maybe I'm wrong.
I think he's a boxer.
Love that. Oh, more T. Kingfisher. So we need to really get in with this author.
Apparently.
They've done a lot. Okay.
What kind of bird is that? That would terrify Kim.
That's a vulture.
Fear of birds. Oh boy.
Yeah. Cackle looks. Look, I know it's not a real spider in the cup, but I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I don't like it. Summer Sun's also not familiar, but that cover's creepy. It's pretty creepy. Paul Tremblay, Survivor Song. I want to read it because I was trying to win it, but I also would like to read something from him. I've heard a lot about him, but I've never read any of his stuff.
I think I'm gonna say same, but I feel like I probably maybe read one. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
The sequel to Bird Box here by Josh Mallerman. I also haven't read anything from him, and I'd like to. It's on my list.
Same.
Gwendy's Final Task. I read the first Gwendy book, which I really liked, so I need to get
Good.
with the trilogy.
Who knew this? Who knew that you were like this big Gwendy fan?
Definitely not you.
I did not know this.
I don't know. We spread. Listen, I don't know. I don't know the first two books. I know the Pallbearers Club. You know why? Books and Lala
Why?
really liked it.
You and that
Love her.
Books Lala, you two are just like
I love her.
besties.
Yeah. How about you? Do you know any of these?
I do not. Wait, is that in? Oh boy, am I saying that? That's a tough name for me.
It's like Ein, right?
Ian.
I think.
Is that the same author? This is a fun game. Is that the same person who did da 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 da? No, it's not. You're wrong, Mary. Moving on to the next book. What's the Thinking of Ending Things? That's not the same. Is that the same author?
I don't know.
Potentially?
Oh yeah, it
Huh.
is because it says it on the front cover. Yeah, same
Oh,
one.
I don't have my glasses on. I can't
Oh
see
yeah,
that.
yeah, it's the same one.
Okay. I knew a little something.
Nice.
Good job.
I love that. Devil House actually got fairly recently when I went to Columbus, so I do want to read that. Haven't read it.
I think you're right. There's a theme where they show like underneath the foundation of a home or a thing.
Yeah.
It's on that cover too.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
I don't know the rest. I don't like the Small Favors cover. Can we talk about that?
Sure, it looks like it's potentially a romance.
I know. So I hate it.
Oh my god.
I went from not liking it to hating it. Really
Wow,
fast.
hatred.
Okay, so the only one of these I know is Lakewood, which I've heard good things about. Again, I believe from Books of Law. I need to stop doing it. But I feel like that's true.
That's fair. You're telling us where you first,
Clouded
heard
at a
about it.
cornfield. Mary, the kids are not all right, it says.
Oh no. I bet you there are frogs in that cornfield.
You better not read it. You better not. Oh, Manhunt. Manhunt's been sitting on my shelf. I need to read it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm learning so much about you tonight.
The little tagline says, "The end of the world is nuts."
Oh.
Yeah, I heard when I heard about this, I was like, I need it right now. I need to go find it. I need it. I went to a local bookstore in a different town, but I went to one and I was like, yes, got it. And then I haven't read it, and that was a while ago.
That's okay.
So
maybe you know what? Maybe you add it to your currently reading list.
you know what? Maybe I want to read it.
Oh my god.
It's like no. It's like saving. We're not doing it. Oh, okay, I did it. I did it. Such Sharp Teeth. I feel like I've heard about.
I've heard about The Vines. I think that's been out for a bit.
And Don't Fear the Reaper, the Stephen Jones. Okay. I feel like I've heard of the Bone Orchard, but that's it.
And Sundial is the same author of what are the ones we talked about above? Boy, this is like quality content.
All right, we can just glance through and you can
we can
shout if you hear something, see something. I tried to win Holly.
You sure did. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Rouge, right?
Yeah.
That
Rouge.
I have. I think I have a free audiobook of that.
Oh, it's by the author of Bunny. Listen, I don't mean to keep saying it. Do you know who loves Bunny?
Books and Lala?
Yeah. Let me keep going. Oh,
boy, She is all over town.
She's prolific, isn't she? All over town. I love that.
Oh, that Monstrilio.
Okay.
I
I just saw the bottom of the book. I was like,
well, it's so funny. Just this morning on the train, because I was not motivated to listen or read anything. I was like watching YouTube videos, and I should give her a little shout out too, but I watched a little review on this, and I was so interested in the review that it's on Hoopla, but the audiobook is on Hoopla. So I added it to my list this morning. It just sounded really good.
I love that.
Yeah. I should. I'm just looking. You can keep scrolling. I'm just looking up that
Oh.
that booktuber's name.
We got to the end.
Oh, okay.
And we did it. We finally did it. Now, guess what? I can see you. It's so weird.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. I'm sorry.
So her name's Vicky, but her channel is Vicky's with a Y Book Nook. But she was just this morning talking about that book, Monstrilio.
Nice. Okay, I love that it's on Hoopla though. It's good to know.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go from the bottom up because I feel like I'm gonna be too confused if I do it the other way. Manhunt's on Jessica's list, hoping it fills the hole. The sweet, vicious show left in my heart. I'm not familiar. Should I be familiar?
I'm not either. That's the look on my face. I'm like,
You guys gonna watch any cool horror movies this season? I'm probably not. How about you?
It's funny. I want to. I'd like to. I don't know. I feel like I'm so behind on new releases that I might try to check out like some new stuff, but I haven't really had the time to like check out, the streaming services. So if you have any suggestions, Danny, especially in the new release area, I'd love to hear them.
For sure. Okay, yeah, struggling with one woman, Jessica. I don't know what this is a reference to.
I think that's about her lists.
Oh. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I wish mine worked that way. Okay, so has Jessica mentioned Jennifer, and if you've personalized, we knew the name, Jessica. We maybe haven't read the books, but we knew the name.
And I feel like there's a visual. I saw that last name. I feel like
you're right. I feel like you're definitely right. I want to know if Max Brooks had to pay a fee to Mark Mothersbaugh for that title. Because of Devo? It was like de-evolution. That's just a just a word, Dad.
Isn't there a comic series on that called De-Evolution? You're like, I don't know.
Yes, probably. She's on Goodreads. Add her. Oh, I'm never going to talk to Catherine again. She's going to be reading this list of books. We all want to know what Catherine added.
That's
yeah,
right.
I do too. Okay. The Show on the Hill is about the best way to start. The Hacienda is inspired by Rebecca, not the best. Okay.
Now, does that mean you liked Rebecca, so that's why you thought it wasn't the best? Or maybe you didn't like Rebecca?
I feel like she liked Rebecca. Jessica, I feel like you've told me you like Rebecca.
Oh, okay.
What if I'm wrong? And she's like, actually, I said I hated it. Why don't you listen?
It could be. I mean, I know that the theory is you're always right, but
yeah,
maybe I'm rubbing off on you because as I say, my tag is Mary sometimes right.
It's a better one. The Dear and Danielle, I heard about this. I heard you were in the chat. Thanks for being here. And I definitely T. Fisher has been on my radar, but I need to actually follow through with that. What's the first one I should start with? Can you recommend, please?
Oh yeah, good idea.
Okay, that was a typo. Got it. Frogs and Children of the Corn.
Ooh.
Let me publicly praise James Abel for reading Lucky Red before Chris. Listen.
Whoa, this is not a competition, Jessica.
Listen. I'm happy for you, James, but listen. Huge crazy tall cornfields around that's true. If the zing is that Indiana's a horror, I mean, okay. Jessica, what is your beef with Indiana, honestly?
Yeah, I have to admit, I'm sure it's been explained, but I am curious.
Yeah, Mary doesn't get it, and I don't either. I don't see Lucky Red on the list. I need to read it. Okay, my dad's a Hendrix fan. You
Oh.
probably already saw this. I'm also a Grady
didn't.
from Sanford and Son fan.
Oh, bum, 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 that's
Yeah.
Sanford and Son. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay. I think you said some of these already. Good to see thoughts from Catherine here.
Nice.
Yeah. Here's when we're talking about The Wicked Unseen.
Cool. I'll be
Good.
in the car.
New spooky segment. That's right. Okay, I'm with Chris. Purging those lists and starting fresh is both self-care and an act that jumpstarts new motivation. Okay, purge my currently reading list because I was tired of books I haven't touched in months. Yeah, I've had to do that. It could be time soon. I'm feeling it because, yes, I don't look at my Goodreads all the time, but when I do, even if I add a book, I'm like, okay, I've already got so many. Like, I can't, it does make me feel something, not a good something. So I probably should do that. I would like to do that, honestly, with my to-read shelf. However, one, there's no easy way to quickly do that because Goodreads
you can't pick them all.
I think you can select all that's on a page, but you can't put them all on the page.
Oh, I have a brilliant idea. It's probably not possible. I'd be willing to do it too. All of my want to read, if I can just delete that whole shelf.
That's what I'm saying.
Can we do that?
I don't. Oh, like make it not exist.
Like want
yeah.
to delete,
I
want to
don't
read,
think-
delete the shelf.
Yeah, we can't do that. There's like 3 static shelves, which is currently reads want to read in red. I don't think you could delete either one of those.
Imagine that would be so liberating.
I'd be fine having it. I just like to like clear it. But the problem is sometimes I go into it and I see things I've read in it. And I'm just like, okay, it's probably a different edition
Oh,
that
I see.
Goodreads added, but I'm also afraid to remove it from my shelf because what if it's not and then it takes it away from me and then I'll be sad. Goodreads shouldn't be this complicated. It's not a good website, but here we are. As a collector and lover of bookmarks, I feel very saddened by Mary's betrayal. These are still bookmarks.
Listen,
These are still
Jessica, as the kids say, you do you. But I got one for you that's really going to hurt your heart, and I know it hurts Kristen's heart when I say it. And she maybe you just blocked it out of your memory. I've turned on ribbons too.
No, I remember this. I
You're like-
don't agree.
You're like, I didn't really want to talk about it tonight.
I don't understand. Where's the hatred? What's happening?
Okay.
Okay.
Jessica mentioned the thing about like the TBR lists and all her lists are so organized because it's anxiety. When I go to use a ribbon, I'm saying this is anxiety for me. So I go to use a ribbon, right? And I'm like trying to lay the thing flat because I think I might bend a page. So then you put the ribbon in and then it's like hanging out of the bottom like a loose thread. And then I'm like concerned about like tucking it in on a shelf. I'm just like,
Okay.
it's like a little messy. Messy's the wrong word, but I can't think of a better word.
I think it also probably varies on ribbon, right? Because I feel like dealing with a ribbon, because I know you have like a lot of fancy editions that are like older.
Yeah.
That may have a ribbon involved. And I think those probably are a little frayed already, right?
Yeah.
You're
And
probably more concerned with the pages because they're thinner and more brittle.
yeah. And what the weird thing is, those aren't the ones that upset me. It's the new ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I know. I'm not saying it makes sense. It's just
I'm bummed out about it. I know. I think James hates them too. I think I
Yes,
heard
he
about that.
does.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's too bad.
But listen, I don't wish that they go away because I know how much pretty much everyone else loves them. So,
Well, hey, the good news is they're not in most books. So I think you're okay.
Good point.
The Wicked Unseen has started in a more promising direction, so maybe we go up from there. I wasn't saying I didn't like it. I'm saying I couldn't focus on it at work.
Yeah. That's a big difference, right? Because it's almost like you couldn't give it a fair chance, a fair shot yet.
Absolutely.
Just yet.
I was interested, but I was also like, what just happened? Like,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frogs are your friend because they eat bugs. That's a good point.
That is a good point.
Did anyone read Monica? I haven't yet, but I want to. Cycle.
Yeah, not yet.
This is weird. I have a pet frog named Mary.
Do not, Mara. Come on. Come on.
That's funny. Danny's also scared of frogs.
Danny, are you joking with me?
I think he's
Because I
serious.
feel like a serious connection right now if you're not joking. And if you are joking, that's a good one.
Keep up with the 1, 2, 3 themes. The last day of the year will be 12/31/23.
Oh, is that
Ooh.
James, is that why I did it?
Honestly, whatever
Probably
it
not,
is,
but
you're
thank
so
you.
smart.
I'm gonna use that.
Chris needs to go back and change the Walking Dead compendium to trade paperbacks and get that credit. I mean, I
I do
should,
I
but
do the same thing you do, Kristen. I
thank
like
you. I'm glad you get it.
whenever it's possible, I like to do it. Just like line it up with the edition I'm reading.
Yeah, so then I can look back and be like, what did I read? Oh yeah, I read that honkin' book.
Yeah.
And then I get count for those pages too, because at the end of the year,
Right. Right.
it'll be like, what's your biggest book you read? Probably that one.
Right.
So
Exactly.
and then I'll be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, because it was huge.
Yeah.
I'm glad you get it.
Thank
I
you.
think I've read like 7 books a year. Cycle, what were the 7?
He's
Tell me.
gonna say goiter, goiter, goiter.
A lot of goiter, I think, is going on. Absolutely. Oh, thank you for my Goodreads link. Please add me if you want to be
Well,
friends. You don't have to.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you know what, Cycle? You know how many people didn't read 7 books this year? Some people didn't
Oh
even
my
read like
gosh, it's
one book.
so true.
It's I just think we are definitely like all of us. We are not the norm of how much we read.
Oh, 100%. It's like just an accomplishment to even read. Honestly, 1 book a year. Like, a lot of
Seriously.
people don't. A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
Vicky's Book Nook. James is linking.
Oh, cool. Thanks, James.
Okay. Anyone planning to watch The Fall of the House of Usher?
Is it a new like a new release? Redone?
Believe it's new.
And
I know the title, but I don't know anything.
yeah, you definitely know the title. And I know I also, don't worry, the daring Danielle. I know I have Google, but since you're all chatting and you might just know, I was just curious if you know where it's streaming.
Jessica stoked. Danny's watching. Everyone's watching, Mary. We have to do it. Rebecca's one of my all-time favorites. Okay, I got it right.
Okay.
I got it right.
Nice.
Every October, I always start hearing that damn Silver Shamrock song in my head from Halloween 3. Love that movie's a guilty pleasure.
Larry,
I didn't even know he's seen any Halloween movies. That's so strange.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I forget exactly when. It was a long time ago. I decided I was going to watch all of the Halloween movies. So I'm sure I'm behind by now because I forget exactly when I did this. But I remember getting to Halloween 3 and being like, what is this? So I understand that wasn't a knock at Larry. I'm just saying I understand why he said, like, I love that movie as a guilty pleasure, because I think that one's like famously known as one that's like a little out there,
That's funny. I haven't seen any of them. No one should.
Oh, really?
No one
I'm not
should.
shocked, but I thought maybe you'd at least see like maybe one of the like later ones, like the newer ones,
No. That's why, and I'm also just surprised my dad's seen them, because I had no idea. It's not something he showed me.
Right.
Lethal also really likes his stuff. Okay, the Devo thing is mostly a joke, but I did look the word up for fun and learn it dates back to the 1600s.
Oh, fun fact.
Devo. Fun fact.
Fun fact.
Everyone should watch Silver Bullet. I don't know what it is, but I'll look it up. Okay. And just checking the desktop, you can batch edit and remove books from shelves. Yes, but I'm pretty sure you can only do, like I said, what's on the page. Because I've batch edited to delete books before.
Oh, I see. And then you have to go to the next page.
You have to go to the next page. And then, yeah.
Okay. But that's a little promising, I guess.
I mean, for me, it's going to take a long time. There's too many books on the to read.
Yeah, me too. But maybe if I just start chipping away at it.
I do it every now and then. I do. I'm like, forget it.
You're like, trust me, Mary. Yeah. I've tried.
No, I mean, it's just like it's taken me a while.
Yeah.
I also have thousands of emails, so I've it's hard for me.
Well, you know I do too, and Reed
Yeah.
is like disgusted with us that
He's
we have so many
he's
emails.
so angry at us.
Yeah.
So angry.
Sorry, Reed.
Did not love Midnight Mass. Didn't even finish it. Is that the one that people tell me not to watch because of the cats?
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it is. Let's see. Did Jessica mention that? Oh yeah, she did. Okay. Okay, I let my ribbons dangle and hang free off the shelf. Freedom.
Larry,
It's chaos.
all the credit to you. I can't do it.
Ooh, okay. Thank you for the places to start, Danielle. I'm like looking for a pen. I'm absolutely. Yeah, I got a clicky. Listen.
Whoa, whoa.
I
okay.
know.
No one even knew until you brought it up. I have a
Listen,
clicky.
I have a really cheapo fountain pen near me, but I haven't inked it. So what are you gonna do?
Listen, no one's judging you here.
I'm judging.
Okay.
As a fountain pen lover, I am judging me.
I get it. I still have just my Twisby I always have on my desk here. My old favorite.
I have mine, but I need to clean it. And I just got that bag of ink syringes I was talking about, so I need to do it.
I gotta tell you, I don't know if you're gonna think I'm some kind of like fountain pen like animal, but I've just really like, oh, like this pen has like a nice blue in it. Well, it had a nice blue in it. It was like similar to the color of the actual pen, and it started to get really low, and I'm like, I have that nice violet color. I just put the violet in. And then all of a sudden you have this beautiful for a short amount of time, you have this beautiful like mixed custom color. And then a couple more days go by after writing a bit. Violet. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, that's great. Hey,
ahead,
if it's working for you, I'm happy about it.
Ink shame me. Go ahead.
I
think
don't
I'm an
know what to say.
Go ahead.
I don't think you're an animal.
You're like, I thought I knew you.
I like the idea of the mixing of ink. I think the problem I have is I have a pen that runs low. So I go to another pen. I put something in that because I have too many pens. I need to use them all.
Oh, I see.
And then I'm like, well, I got to clean that one because it sat there for you know what I mean? Like, and it's a little crusty.
Okay, that makes sense though, because
Yeah.
lately I've just been using I have a Twisby at work and I have this one here.
And if you don't care about the color mix, then yeah, what's the big deal? Yeah.
Oh, I see. So it's more about if I let it sit and dry out, then I should not do that because it's not going to work.
It could work, but
not like great.
Yeah, I don't know. I clean, but I always clean between colors though. But sometimes I also this is such the nerdiest one. Sometimes I also like, let's see, I have like well, this one's not this one. No, I don't know. I have some shimmer inks, right?
Oh yeah.
And those you have to clean out because like
I gotta tell you, I'm turning on the shimmer inks because they're so temperamental, they like jam up. I'm like, I don't need
it depends
this
on
in
the
my
pen.
life. I know, but I know everyone is like, if
Everyone's
anyone's
like,
even still watching,
Lord, people leaving, they're like, what's happening?
Peace.
Would you like to see my ink collection, guys?
You know, Kristen, I'm straight up a stub person now.
What? Just love the stuff. Here's a fine tip.
Okay, let's stop.
Okay. You like it's too much. do you like my nib pen rest?
I actually do really love that.
So cool, right?
It's very cool.
Cute.
Well made.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, there's nothing resting on it. Why is it? Well, I need to clean a pen.
What's happened to you? I don't know.
Honestly, I'm a mess. But yeah, thank you, Danielle, for that. I wrote those down.
Yeah.
Between the three of us, looks like the consensus is that they're still talking. Okay, hold on. Okay, remove the ribbons, James says.
Yeah, James.
Rule man, thank you, Danny.
I still care for you, Danny.
Have you read the Hellboy story, Plague of Frogs?
I don't think so. Is that in the giant Omni that's coming out? If so, I guess I'll have to read it.
Because you're getting it. Frogs are like breathing boogers. Gross.
Yeah.
Ew.
Gross.
Let's see. Here in Indiana, Kentucky, there are probably many people who have never read any
Whoa,
book.
jeez.
My dad's just burning this place down. It's kind of rude, Dad. It's kind of rude. Would you eat frog legs?
All right, I'll be honest
Or
here.
have you?
I was gonna say, I'll be honest here. When I was a kid, I do remember a couple times. I don't know if like my mom made them or they were given to us or whatever. Somebody brought them over and cooked them, and I did try them. Now I wouldn't because of my fear. But at the time, I was like, oh, I thought it was funny. I'm like, I'll try it. And my parents were like, I was raised that way. Like you just tasted any kind of food, like it wasn't a big deal. And I tried it, and it did really taste like fried chicken. Like but it was like a little more like chewy.
Interesting. I've
That's
never had that.
that's what yeah. I mean,
It's out on Netflix on the 12th.
nice.
Thanks, Danielle.
You have a lot of info, Danielle. Thank you.
Yeah. How are you feeling about Killers of a Certain Age, Mary?
I'm probably I switched over to the audiobook. I forget if I mentioned that. Oh, I think last time I was complaining that I borrowed it from Libby and I couldn't get it to play. So I got annoyed. Frequent theme with me. And I returned it and then borrowed it again real quick. And it worked. So I continued with the audiobook. And I'm about probably 75% in or so.
Oh, nice.
And I'm really enjoying it. Obviously, when I finish it, I'll say more. But one thing I didn't realize about the book was that it's like there's a hint of you feel like there's like a little historical fiction in it, specifically about World War II, but just a little. Like, I know sometimes that can make people run for the hills when they hear that. If you're not into historical fiction or if you've never read it before, but it's just like little splashes of it, which I really enjoyed and I didn't expect, but I am enjoying the book. And the narration is also very good.
Mary, I see you holding a book. I believe.
Oh, I was just fussing.
I believe we haven't heard what you're currently reading, though.
Oh,
Speaking
so
of
that
Killers of a Certain Age.
that is the only thing I'm currently reading.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have like 700 like me? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No judgment. Jessica's local art house theater is doing Halloween 3 this year, and she's stoked. My dad says it's underrated. It has nothing to do with Michael Myers. It's really a sci-fi horror movie. Dad, I had no idea.
All right. Well, you and Jessica go enjoy that screening then,
Yeah, enjoy it together. Because I was able to read 30 books at a time. See, Chris, that's my problem. I have thousands on that shelf. It's going to take forever.
If you just took like a couple days, Chris, I'm going to delete the whole thing.
Mary, I may do it. I may do it this weekend. Let's go. Let's do an update next time to see where it's at. Hold on. What's my shelf currently at? Are you gonna check yours?
Sure.
Let's see.
I have a feeling.
I'm gonna write them down.
Oh.
And we're gonna check in next time. How about that?
Look, everyone, she's flicking around that clickety clack pen.
I know it's not great. You know what? It's kind of nice though. Actually, my dad got me these. They're Zebra Sarasa clip pens.
Oh, so
and they're these nice, like unique colors. I actually do like these for a clicky pen.
I was gonna say, why are you talking smack? I like those pens.
I like them. They're nice.
Yeah. Let's see. What are we looking at?
The once a week shelf.
Oh boy, I think I want you to go first.
I have 1,707.
I have more.
How'd that happen?
How'd that happen? 1,965. You know why I have more.
I know why that happened.
I am a professional giveaway enterer.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm writing this down. And do you have one book on your currently reading shelf?
Correct. Oh, Kristen's taking notes on me.
I feel like
do you have a clipboard? I feel like you have a clipboard over there.
I actually don't. No. No, I do have this this cute little cat journal thing. Oh, with a ribbon.
Oh, look at it. It's all frayed.
It's frayed, yeah.
What do you chew on that? What's going on with that?
Chewing on it for fun. So we're gonna do a Goodreads update next time. We won't go through everything, just like the numbers, because won't that be interesting?
I think so. Do you think everyone in the chat is like, oh no, please tell me they're not going to delete their shelves live right now
Oh,
because
no,
they're
not
like,
at all. Should we also hold on? How many? Because we're talking about the big three. How
Oh,
many
yeah.
red books are on your shelf?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's see. No, my number seems low, but I think I was a late bloomer on Goodreads. 595.
Okay, that does seem low. Like I know you've read more. That's what I mean. I know you've read.
That's it.
All right, you want to guess mine?
4,422.
Oh, it's not that crazy.
I know. I was being a lot.
2,897.
I can believe it because you read a lot.
I had some years. 2 years ago, I had 600 in a year. That's wild.
Wow.
Okay. Ink shaming. That's funny. Shimmer inks are fake news. The pen rest. I know it's nerd city over here. Frog legs taste like chicken. That's what I feel like all of the non-typical animals that are eaten in the West.
Yeah.
People say that all the time. Like
Yeah, because it's really what, like, if you're frying something, it's going to take on that flavor.
yeah.
I think the only thing that really changes is more the texture. You know, people say, "Oh, it tastes gamey," or it's like, no. This conversation's making me.
We'll move on.
Yeah.
Did you both see there's a new Hawkeye Bishop Takes King audiobook on Hoopla? No, I did not.
No. Have you ever listened to any, like, other than Star Wars, have you ever listened to, like, any of the, like, Marvel audiobooks or anything like that? I've been curious, but I don't know, it's the kind of thing I'm like, where do I start? But, you know, like
Yeah,
like
that would be
James
fun.
mentioning this one, you know, just curious.
Yeah, I haven't, but that would be fun. James, where do we start? Since it's a very spooky episode, what books are you all going to read before you die and then come back as a zombie?
Oh, I was like, before you die, I'm like,
hopefully a lot. Wow. Okay. No, I'll keep that up. Do we have books that we wanna read? Do you have anything around you that you want to talk about?
I do. I have a couple. Do you want me to go first?
Sure. Yeah.
So I have 2 from the library. Boy, this thing's heavy for what it is. So I picked up a Joe Hill collection. It's Joe Hill, the graphic novel collection. Nice title. But it's really, it doesn't look like much, but it's
a chunker.
heavy. So let's see what's in this one. It is, and this is another random one. I'm walking down the aisles and I happen to see. So it has The Cape 1969, Thumbprint, Kodiak, and Wraith. Am I saying Wraith right?
Sounds right.
Never read any of these, but thought it'd be a good time of year to pick it up. And oh boy, I just saw some art. Some violence going on, of course.
We love violence.
But yeah, oh no, I think this thing has a loose page.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Everyone.
Oh. Did it just lift out?
Yes. Yes. So I have that, but I'll be nice and try to like repair that a little bit. And then again, we're going to take a left turn. I know Kristen has read this and she enjoyed it. This is another second book, Belle of the Ball.
Yeah.
You knew what it was?
I did.
Yes, I grabbed this in the library. My last library haul was really good. Like lately, whenever I go, it's like I'm picking up books that I put on hold and like they're coming from other branches, you know, of the library and then just being delivered to mine. But the last time I went, I was like, it felt so fun. Like I felt like I was like shoplifting in a store. You know, it's like, oh, I'll take that. I'll take that.
You know what, Mara? That's the best part of a library. You go there and you grab all these books you want to read. And if you're a mood reader like me, and I believe you're a mood reader too, Mary.
Yeah, I am.
You have plenty of options and you don't have to read them all. And here's the thing, you don't even have to feel bad about it because when you check something out from the library, helps with circulation, and it's actually really good for your library, even if you don't read it. 1, they're not going to know. 2, checking out helps. It helps
does.
libraries get funded more. Like there's a lot
Yep.
that goes into it. So it's
Yep.
actually really great to check things out, even if you don't read them. Just saying.
Oh, looks like Mars heading out.
Uh-oh.
She had enough. She had enough of the library
She's like,
talk.
it is time. I hope you all have a good evening. Happy Friday tomorrow. Good night, Mara and Catherine.
Good
have
night,
a great
friends.
night. And we hope all the library talk didn't make you go away. So
Yeah.
have a
Yeah,
good one.
she's pretty tough though, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have one more. I think I showed this another time. This is The Coworker by Frida McFadden. I still haven't read it, and I think I want to start. 2 women, an office filled with secrets, one terrible crime that can't be taken back.
Oh.
I think somebody gets it in the elevator. What do you think?
100%. Library talk. I'm out.
I am out.
Check it.
So those are the 3. I feel like that's a little, potentially realistic for me. So, and I think The Coworker audiobook is also on Hoopla. So
Nice.
most likely I will read, like if I start this, I'll start the physical book over the weekend. And then it's just easier for me during the week to switch to audio on the train. So
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Let's see. You gotta get Kristen to watch Silver Bullet. Also, Mary, but wouldn't eating frogs' legs be the ultimate way of conquering your fear?
Oh yeah, I'll be like, yeah, watch this. Tell all your friends too.
Tell all your friends too.
That's a good point, Danny.
That's a good point. Kristen need to watch that with Reed, as he's a Busey fan. I mean, Reed does. Reed does love Gary. Everybody loves Gary Busey in the chat. Hello.
Look who it is.
Not Scott Stapp. There's an interview with the author of that Hawkeye book on the most recent Women of Marvel podcast. Cool.
Oh, okay.
Check that out. Oh, good night, Catherine. Thank you so much.
Good night, the great Catherine.
Very sweet. So that's what you have?
That's it. I'm going with 3 in hopes that I come back next week with 3.
I love that. I didn't do that. I'm just going to share some books that I got from the library.
Oh, I love that.
I picked them up. I want to read them. Will I read them? I don't know. We just talked about how good that is, though. So shout out to Jessica for telling me several times that this was not a book I would enjoy. That is
She did?
cute.
Wait, I want to hear this.
She just kept saying, it's not a Kristen book. I don't think it's for you. I don't think it's for you. And I was like, every time you say that, it makes me want to read it.
But maybe it was like reverse psychology. She knew if she said that.
Perhaps.
You're like, no, she really didn't think I'd like it.
And we'll see. It makes me want to read it more, though, to like know what the answer is,
Yeah,
obviously,
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I'm like,
we can understand what's happening here, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Blue Book, which people mentioned that Minion. I was about to say James Tynion, whatever his name is.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, listen. There's
that book almost hit you in the face. That book.
Did it?
Yeah.
It's an alien situation. It looks like.
Oh, okay.
Love that. It's the vibe. It's the season. 'Tis the season. And I wanna read it. So here we go.
Nice. I like that.
Ghost Book. It's another one. Again.
Ooh.
It's October.
Spooky read.
Cute. Come on. We love a spooky read. We love a cute read.
Nice.
There we are. Fly With Me. Hey, just Jessica, do you know about Fly With Me? You probably do. Love is in the air, apparently. Look, I just saw this cover and I was like, all right.
Fair.
There we go.
Fair.
Molgoth by Kate Leth. Listen again.
Oh, I don't know about this. Is this brandy new?
Brand new. Let's see who put it out. Simon & Schuster Teen, looks like. So it's about this girl who just doesn't fit in. It's not easy when you're an out bisexual goth girl in the early 2000s. On top of that, she's a new kid at school in a whole new town. What's a spooky, awkward, lonely girl to do? And there's more here on the back, but obviously that sounds fun. So I want you to read it.
Yeah, I'm curious about that one.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the books I hadn't shown from the library, and I do want to also, real quick, because Reed came in and handed me these, so I feel like I have to show them.
Okay.
Oh, for the record, just Jessica did enjoy it. Yes,
Well, we kind of knew that,
of course.
right? Only because like she's like, oh, I really like this. I don't know if it's for you.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Reed's looking at the signed Busey photo on our wall now. Fly With Me's on my TBR list. That's awesome.
Nice.
It looks cute. So these are actually 2 books that I got for Reed for his birthday, which is the 19th. So if you guys see Reed around,
See him
the
around
internet,
town.
the internet, let him know.
At the local
Give him a happy
cafe.
birthday. But he's the person who doesn't want to wait for his presents. So as they come in, he gets them. All right.
Reed.
I know you're,
Reed,
you're like really against it.
If we were married, we would be fighting over this.
I don't mind. I'm like, sure, open it up. I don't have to wrap it. We're fine. So these are 2 books that I got for him, and I want to show them because one, it's a small creator. These are like self-pubbed, right? Stuff he would absolutely like. I knew he would.
Okay.
He had this one on his list, which is by S.R. Arnold. I believe his name is Steve Arnold. Perry Shitlife. This was on a list he gave me, right? I think already you're like, yeah.
Of course.
And what can I show in here? Yeah. So really great cartooning looks like. All right. Looks like some stuff I can't show you either, but it's just so Reed's vibe, right? He put this one on his list. But then I found out, oh, there's one before this, which is Period Midlife. So I'm gonna get you that one too. So I got him these 2. And the reason I'm really showing them, because he thinks this is so funny. I ordered these. I put in the notes, hi, I got these for, I'm getting these for my husband's birthday.
Right.
If you could sign them, I even said my husband Reed's birthday. If you could sign them,
Okay.
that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Because that like he's just packing the books himself. Maybe you can,
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure to put that in there. So he did sign them
Oh no.
to Kristen.
Oh no.
Thankfully Reed thinks it's really funny, and look, he did a great doodle. It's
Oh
very
yeah,
nice.
the doodle's awesome. Yeah.
Very nice. Clearly he didn't see my note. What are you gonna do? It made me laugh. And then I was like, well, did he sign the other one? Yeah, to Kristen.
Kristen, you're such a fan.
I'm such a big fan of this guy. And hey, it looks really good stuff, and I like the doodle.
Exactly.
And it's clearly very nice and sweet.
Yes.
But I was like,
Yes.
I was like, Reed, I'm sorry. I promise I gave him a little note. So that
That's
makes
great.
me laugh. But check out some cool, pretty much mini comics.
Yeah.
They're bigger, but they're mini comics.
Yeah.
How are they? I don't know. Haven't read them, but Reed's probably gonna love them. That's what I know for sure. So
Awesome.
love that. Wanted to show that. And hello, Joe.
Hey,
How's it
Joe.
going? Happy you guys are still on. Probably not for long. But... oh, Jessica read Fly With Me. Jessica, did you tell me and I forgot? I'm sorry. It was fine. It was fine. It's almost a 4. That's more
Yeah.
than
Did
fine.
we're both like 3.75.
Your rating makes no sense if it was fine.
You loved it.
Yeah, I really liked it. I don't know what you mean. We were both like, what?
What? Well, unless you use like the Larry scale. Yeah, 3.75. That'd be real low.
Oh, that's true. That would be a bad rating for my dad. He would never. Never read Fly With Me, but have watched Love Is in the Air movie on Netflix, and it was very adorable. Okay. I'm not familiar, but that sounds cute.
Yeah.
Oh, you did receive a Fly With Me podcast. Yes. You know what, Jessica? I'm sorry. I can't remember all the things or anything. That's my bad. That's my bad. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us.
She's like, I'm out of here.
Did you have more to say, Mary?
I didn't. I'm just enjoying, I don't know. Just enjoying life right now.
Oh, wait. It was a 3.5.
Same.
You
still loved it, Jessica.
That's a round up to 4, girl. I don't know what you mean.
It was your favorite book of the year.
You love that book so much. You love it so much. next time, will I have
Whoa.
read another page and
Where'd that
picture
come
beside
from?
me? Will I have?
I am so jealous of that floppy copy of yours.
Oh, girl, you go to Target.
I know
I
you
bet
say
they'll have
that.
another display right now.
I know. I really should. Maybe I'll try to go there this weekend.
Look at this. That's so nice. We love a flopper.
Be careful. You almost flopped that bookmark right out of there.
That's true. And this edition also has like pictures. Did I tell you that?
I don't know. Maybe you were afraid to show them because they're like,
I was looking, but I mean,
Oh,
there's
that's
the
cool.
house and like fingerprint. Yeah. And then there's photos of him.
hey, Kristen,
Interesting. Yeah.
where's Reed gonna be this weekend?
Reed will actually be at the first ever Owensboro Toy and Comic Con, which is by the same people who do the Lexington Toy and Comic Con, and I think Huntington and all of the tins, I guess, and the boroughs now. Go see Reed if you're like in the area.
I so wish I could go.
I know, right? It'll be really fun. Tom Kinney's going to be there. He is the voice of SpongeBob.
Look at that.
And Dog and Cat Dog and the Ice King. What more could you want? What
Nothing else.
can you want, honestly?
That's cool though.
Yeah.
So that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing, or just Saturday, Sunday?
Saturday, Sunday. So if you happen to check Reed's Instagram. He'll have the info there.
Nice.
Maybe the Kentucky peeps in the chat. And I know Jessica's not going to be there. Sorry, guys, but I'll be there.
Hey, Kristen.
Yes.
What shows do you have this weekend?
Oh, well, there is one with my dad on his channel Saturday morning.
Nice.
I believe Garage Geek will be there. I learned that from the internet. My dad did not confirm that with me, but he put it on the internet, so I assume it's true.
Very nice. Now, with the addition of Garage Geek, are you still going to do lists? Like, you sharing lists? So now the both of you have that input of like, you're like, get that off your list, and then Garage Geek says, no, keep it on.
I was gonna say he's definitely gonna be like, put more on it. I'm gonna be like, take it off. So that'll be fun. James already got the link in the chat. Thank you, James.
Nice.
So check that out. There will also be Fangirls, Halls, and Reads this Sunday, regular time. So
cool.
You can check those things out. Mary, where are you going to be?
Well, this weekend I'm not going to be anywhere.
Like on my couch reading a book.
I'll be on the couch.
I love that for you. Yeah.
I will I'm going to return these 3 books to the library. Maybe I'll get some more books out.
Hey, I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I want a book haul from you next time.
Well, I always show you when I get back to the car.
That's true.
And maybe I'll try to go to Target and get a floppy copy
Please,
of The Stranger Beside Me.
I love that. We could twin. It'll be so good.
Yeah. I mean, that is a book. I have read that before, but that was before Goodreads, and I no longer have. I think it was just a mass market paperback I had, but I do want a copy.
It is really nice too.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
So it makes me want to read it. We'll see. All right. Well, have a good night, everybody. Have a good night,
everyone.
Thank you all for being here.
Absolutely.